Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on the Mercedes Citan van. Hopefully this will be the last video on it, guys, so we can wrap it up, get the jobs done, hopefully, fingers crossed, and crunch the numbers at the end of it. So you guys that would have seen this previous video would have seen that we put a gearbox in it, a new clutch, but there is still various other little bits and bobs to do. So while we took the gearbox out, we had the wheels off and we noticed that the brakes was in quite poor condition. Both wing mirrors are completely toast and they've got cable tyres holding them together. 3 of the wheels are buckled, all of the tyres are knackered, so it just needs a little bit of love. But just before we do pull it in the workshop and get started today, I want to say a huge thank you to Comline for the continued support on the channel. Guys, for those of you that don't know who Comline are, Comline supply the motor factors, the trade, and you can purchase these products from your motor factors. Comline sell these coated discs and we absolutely swear by them now. We've been fitting them on everything. So your brake pad wears away the coating only on the section where it's pressing on the disc, and the rest of it stays this lovely silver colour. Have a look at your brakes on your car. All of these get surface rust normally and they do start to look tatty. We absolutely love this product and we're going to be fitting it on this van in particular today. So guys, check Comline out. All of their links will be in the description down below, and follow them on their social medias. I'll also include those in the description down below, where quite often they do giveaways to like the Porsche Carrera Cup and things like that. So head on over to their pages, check them out guys, and once again a huge thank you to Comline for the continued support. Let's pull the van into the workshop and crack straight on with it. So guys, you'd have already watched the little Dacia video, and I actually just run that out to a dealer while Chris actually done these discs and pads. And as you can see, what would you say about them discs, Chris?
I think they've been discs too long.
Been discs too long. They are now ready for the scrapyard. You can see that one's actually got a huge chunk out of it there. The lip's actually broken off. So Chris swapped those out for those nice coated discs, and like I said earlier, the only bit of these that we'll wear will be the bits where the brake pads are, and the rest of it will stay just like that. So both sides of that, both brakes, both sides are now completely done. Rather than bring this down, which we're going to service this, aren't we?
Yeah, oil and filter.
We've done the gearbox, we've done the clutch, we've done the gearbox oil, so we might as well, while it's up in the air, we're going to move on, get the oil and filter done, and then we'll move on to some of the other jobs. Actually, we haven't got the oil and filter here, have we? I think we have, I'm not sure, I'll have to check in the back. Right, let's move on. Chris took the under tray off and the sump plug there off camera, guys, but I know somebody's going to mention this in the comment section. A couple of people actually over the last couple of years have said, why haven't we got one? Chris used to have one, but it was quite old, and it had been an oil waste tank too long. So we actually went to a, what would you call that, a closing? Yeah, the guy was retiring, wasn't he? So he was retiring, shutting his garage down, and he had a couple of these, so we purchased that one, and we purchased that one over there as well. We've decided, I think this is the one we're going to keep. We'll probably even keep that one as well, won't we? Just in case. But going to drain the oil out. Got a nice new Comline air filter and oil filter there. We'll fit them on, put some oil in it, and that'll be the service side of it done for us. We'll have to move on to
Wheels and mirrors.
I don't think the tyres, he only actually had 3 in stock, Chris, so we're going to have to pick up in the morning for them. Well, we can move on and fit the mirrors, can't we?
Yeah.
This is going to be a nice little van for somebody that we've been right through, so let's carry on. No messing about there, guys. That's the service done on it, oil filter and air filter. Chris said this, again, I was out. The air filter was one of them funny ones where you got to take a bit of the scuttle panel out, Chris.
Right, yeah.
And it must be a little bit funny. Chris said he don't think it's been changed as often as it should be. It's actually quite bad. It looks like it's had a bit of moisture through it, Chris.
Does it?
Yeah, it's crinkled up there on the end, but it's got a nice new one in it now, and I'm sure it'll run just lovely. So we're just waiting on them wheels to arrive, and then we'll go and get the tyres sorted out, and we'll get them fitted. In the meantime, mate, you're going to jump on it and fit them mirrors, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the next
We've got 2 nice new mirrors in the back of it, ready to go on. I can't wait to tell you the price of them. I couldn't believe how reasonable they was, buying them as a pair. So let's crack on. So guys, that was crazy the last hour. I literally just got on the phone to Chris 30 minutes ago. We was going to actually have to abandon this for another day. So the wheels, I knew that they was definitely coming. I'd ordered the tyres from A2. They've come in, they've called me and said that they're ready to go. So I've just called Chris and said, chuck those mirrors on if you can. I'm on my way back. So the wheels was coming in from Silver Lake and they was actually due in early this morning. It was all sorted. They actually come on FedEx, but it was a bit of a mix up and they actually got sent to my home address. Nobody was in today. So unfortunately, I didn't have the wheels. For those of you that follow us on Instagram would have seen, I just actually drove there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and they bent over backwards there. They got the driver to come back with the wheels. I've now got them in the back of the van and I'm going to head over to A2 tyres. I wanted to get them to fit the tyres on the new rims, get it balanced, get it tracked, etc. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about it any longer. Let's get in the van and go and get it done. Pulling a late one tonight, guys. They're just about to shut here, so nearly 5:30. All 4 tyres are on. They're just checking the tracking. But because they're a Kango, when he had to look up what wheelbase it was, there's no badges on the car or anything like that on the van, so I'll have a look. I'm going to stay live. I'm not sure if he has to do a bit of messing around. This is all new to me, and I'll move the camera down because of that infrared flashing. Oh yeah, he's got to check the steering. Oh, I can't put my hand there, can I? So I'll block it. Again, no idea what they all mean, but I'm sure he's going to tell me in a minute. Might as well cut and wait till he gets out. I did just ask. Rich is normally here, isn't he? But this other guy's doing it today. I just said, how bad is it? He said, bad. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10. He said, 9. It was pulling left into the traffic, so he's going to get that corrected. And we'll get back to the yard. Guys, I've just got back to the yard before it gets dark. I'm going to just tell you what I've had done. The tracking now. Honestly, this van drives better than my Berlingo. It's so quiet on the road with those 4 new tyres on there. So a couple of jobs. I am going to go inside in a minute and crunch the numbers on this one. But what I did want to say is this will not be available for a good few days yet. I will put it on Instagram, but off camera there is going to be a few little jobs we just didn't get a chance to do. Like Chris is going to straighten out that bottom where they've jacked it there. Fix that wheel arch liner. We've got a couple of caps to put back in the wheels. Just silly little bits, but we just did not get chance today. So we've got 4 nice new tyres. Those wing mirrors I'm going to tell you in a minute. Unbelievable. I'm not sure what make of those tyres. He really did look after us. BOTO, so Botto, Beto, Vantage H7s. 4 nice new tyres around it and 3 new wheels that we got off Silver Lake. I have locked it now, just put the key in, but I've got the 3 old wheels in the back of it, so more rubbish to get rid of. But guys, let's go and do the numbers on it. So guys, just before we do get going, what I do want to quickly say is we live in the real world, and we do appreciate that when we say the profit and what we've earned out of a car, it's not that easy for everyone, and we do get that all of the time. We're just telling you how we're doing out of it. I appreciate that if you're just starting out and you haven't built up reputations and got a load of contacts yet, that it does work out a little bit dearer sometimes. So everything, like down to the tyres and the tracking, we always get a good price because I've been in the trade so long. And I only use them, and I've used them for such a long time. So I do bear that in mind when I'm doing the numbers. Sometimes people do say, yeah, that works out for you, but it wouldn't work out for me. We're just recording what we do and letting you know what we paid for it and how we're doing out of it. That van, when I first picked it up, the price I paid for it, I wasn't even sure. Still on the way home, I said to Chris, it is rough. And the guy he was transparent when I purchased it. He said it is in quite poor condition. And we get on to the condition of it right at the end when I let you know the price of it. And in the previous video, I actually let you guys send your messages with what you thought that it was worth, because you always say that we're selling them too cheap. So we actually bought that van for £2,350. He actually asked 2.5 for it, and I said, will you take 150 off to cover the cost of picking it up, etc. So he agreed, 2,350. Collection, I got a puncher, and I got a puncher on a dual carriageway, and my wheel brace snapped and I couldn't get the wheel undone. So I had to call someone out and have a new tyre fitted, and it cost me 150 quid. The gearbox, again, this is a prime example. We got that gearbox from Silver Lake. They was actually the only people we could find that had one. And they did look after us, and we know that. £200 for the gearbox delivered, and they sent it down in one of their vans. And I think it was like next day. The clutch kit was £117. Gearbox oil, it was already drained when we got it, which was handy, and it was completely drained, £15. The service kit, I think this is a prime example of when I say some things are cheap, some things are dear. I think the air filter for that Ford Ranger was like 40 quid. But in particular, it brings it to my mind because the service kit for that car, which was oil filter and an air filter, was only £61, which is brilliant. The door mirrors, this is the bit I was excited to tell you about because I nearly fell off my stool there. They're actually heated and electric mirrors. And I said to Chris, they ain't going to be cheap. We're going to have to buy covers and try and repair them. Guys, I'm not going to stick a link in the description because there was hundreds on eBay. And they was like 45 quid each. But if you bought a pair, £65 free postage. And they're perfect. They're on there. You cannot tell that they're pattern parts. And I've checked everything on them and they work absolutely 100%. The tyres I just had done. Chris done the numbers for me while I was out, guys, and he's actually got 200 quid down here, but they wasn't. They was £240. Valet, 20 quid the other day we had done. The wheels from Silver Lake, I still haven't had the invoice for them, but I'm probably thinking they're going to be about 20 quid each. I'm just going to write something down here, guys, sorry. £60 plus another 40. So we got another 100 quid for me to add on there at the end. So Chris has got down the total here. In fact, I've just had the bit that I've just left off. We got a total of £3,278. Now, in the comment section, you guys, that is a cheap van for us. That's very, very cheap, and we're going to do all right out of it. You guys was in the comment section, and I think the lowest one I'll see was £5.5, and people was going right up to £8,500. Now that van is on camera, it looks beautiful, and don't get me wrong, it's not beat to pieces, but it is bitty. There's marks on the back doors, there's a few little dents and dinks around it, there's a few little scratches in it, and I know you're all going to comment saying, but Rob, it's just a work van. It is just a work van, but people want nice stuff, and a lot of people out there really do look after their stuff. So we are going to actually bear that in the price. So we're going to go for the lowest amount that was put in the comment section, 5,500, and we're going to even take another 500 off that because we're not greedy and we'll be happy. So let's call it 3,300 quid. £1,700 pre-tax profit for me and Chris. You can't argue with that, guys. It's got a brand new clutch, it's been serviced, it's got a gearbox in it, it's got 4 brand new tyres, and that is going to do someone a right treat for £5 grand. Like I said earlier, I am going to put it on Instagram probably in a few days time, so it's Friday today. This video is going to be going out Monday. We'll probably put it out at the weekend, so Saturday or Sunday maybe, possibly earlier. I'm not going to waffle on. The video's already gone on quite long, and I just realised I've been doing the numbers for 6 minutes. So guys, we are going to leave it there. If you did enjoy this video, as usual, hopefully you've hit that thumbs up, you've shared it with all your friends on the social networking sites, and don't forget, follow us on Instagram at Salvage Rebuilds, and if you want to offer us your car or van, don't forget to include your telephone number. Have a lovely day, everyone. I have to say that because it's Friday today. I'm finishing this video for Monday. So have a lovely day, everyone, and we'll see you on Wednesday in the next one.